All right, jumping in to the redo. I guess it's good because we don't get the double crossing. Although it is exciting to see that. Let's give you the minimap real quick and get back into that. I think I may have crashed my game. I'm not gonna lie, but we'll see what happens here. So Vudai versus Thantuk. It looks like there's a little bit of a lag, but that might be because I'm spectating and I am. They're both in Vietnam, but it's the settings. I have to deal with it, I guess. It's a shame that that's the case, but there's no way around that. So we have both players going for their berries. I'm looking for Gazelle here. This time Vudai is in red, by the way. If you, if it might be hard to read the little names on the bottom. Ooh, Thantuk with an interesting granary placement. Potentially better placed here on the hill. But this is good. I mean, this will be fine. I think that'll be fine. Vudai doesn't have really any good spot for his berries. For his granary, that is. And getting gimped? He's down a berry. Should be 7. Interesting. We already have some map discrepancies. So let's take a look at this. It looks like Vudai has already found, both players have found the crossing. I think this Vil nearly scouted the crossing. Maybe he didn't. I'm sure I'll find it with this relic, or artifact rather, if he doesn't. 2 elephants trapped over here in this little corner. I doubt we're going to be seeing those come into play. Just taking a look. Oh, and Thantuk going for the really early lure. I like this. You need to get that food income going ASAP. Just 2 on wood. That's all you really need. Oh, perfect. Micro. Not losing the Ellie lure, but not taking damage. I jinxed it. The caster's curse. No, run. Could you imagine? I say that and he immediately loses the bill. That would have been caster curse. So Vudai is here. What does he got? What's he got? Anything going for him? Not seeing too much. He could get these gazelle. His elephants are a bit far away. 2 of them spawned way down here. So in rivers on 1v1 on this setting, the elephants are not guaranteed. Like your positioning of them, if it's going to be even, where they're going to be, it's completely random. Usually you get a decent split, but we've seen in some matches ridiculous elephant placements that just like are really crazy. So we have the 2 here for Thantuk. It looked like he really messed up his gazelle. They were like kind of trapped into here. And I think I saw some run down here, and it looks like they're over here. He's got this other elephant to work with, and an extra berry. So his food map is actually looking pretty safe, because he can get this relatively safely. And he does, so that both players know of the one crossing. I think at this point, they probably both know that there isn't another crossing. Oof, that's tough. I guess he's going to try to stretch these. I mean, it's always smarter to get this kind of wood line going. He'll have access to this, but this wood line will be exposed to the river. Yeah, so he's going for shortfish here. Just realized now that that's not in range. These 3 are, though. And so is that one. It's not the worst. It could be worse. That's probably... Maybe that's why he built this here specifically, thinking that that was there. The cart war coming across the map. It is Conquest, so... Giving all the carts across the map isn't that big of a deal. Getting the scouting information is much more important. It's basically a free scout at this point. Both players will be using these heavily to their advantage. Thantuk saving 1. This is good micro. I like this. Saving 1 on this. He's finding stuff, but saving 1 here to like keep vision. Because as soon as that flips, he knows that that's a unit finding it. And there's a new storage pit. This is gonna make for a very fast time. What just happened here? Oh, doing a house to stop the lion. That work? Did I just miss that? I hope that worked. I want to see if the replay can catch that. So it'll be on the very bottom left of this. I want to see if I saw him. He didn't look at the bottom left. He got it. That's insane. That's insane. Thantuk playing out of his mind, even with a little bit of lag. I guess the lag must not be that bad because he was able to pull that off. Insane play from him. Using the house trick, if you start building the house, the lion inside of the house will automatically it'll lose aggro and walk away towards the edge of the foundation. So, fascinating start here. Thantuk saving his villager. looking to bring Vudai some pain, He's bringing it. Both these players very strong. I'm excited to see this game play out. Now, Vudai with a nice pit here on the wood line, but also with these gazelle. It's not his primary wood, so this isn't the worst thing. He can transition this into wood later if he needs to in a pinch. Especially if he loses some sort of, if there's like a scout ship here, that could be really problematic for him. Doing the barracks at home, that's probably pretty smart. Because he can't really get across this. Now, Thantuk, doing the aggro dock block. I really like this move. This is my favorite. I think my favorite way of blocking straits in rivers or on any map with crossings. If you build your dock on the other side, you really have a lot. It really gives you a ton of control. I'm assuming we'll see another dock here to finish blocking this. This isn't fully walled, by the way. There is a small little gap here. Vudai will scout this with the artifact. And he does have a dock here. It looks like Vudai is going to be protecting his wood line with his dock. His scout ships will pop out here and protect him, whereas Thantuk doing the same on his wood line. Both players getting... Okay, so Vudai has the first clubber out. It's really important to see who hits tool first. Both players do 20 vills. Interesting. So I think we're going to see very similar tool times. And yes, while we were looking at the timeline, both players have hit tool. And these clubbers are coming across the quick house wall to try to stop this. Will not land. So this clubber is going to be a really big issue for him. He needs to hit this clubber now before it gets upgrades. If he doesn't do that, this is going to be an issue. Thantuk paying attention though. Does do this. Okay, he has 2 armor, but even then will die. And he finishes the wall. Okay. This is fascinating. So I think this game's going to go on for a while now. I think both players have made safe before any aggression really can make it in. I guess this one Axer's there. Like, it has 8 health. It's not going to accomplish anything here. So Thantuk has plenty of time to like, protect this. Is Vudai mining so intentionally? Alright, we're going to be seeing slingers from Vudai, I believe. Unless he's just doing this for extra walling tile purposes. Oh, this Axer actually got a kill. Wait. that was a crocodile. Guy has the most kills in the game currently, guys. That crocodile just killed a Vill there. I love it. Unless maybe that was Vudai's scout ship. I think that was a crocodile, though. Okay, that guy should die. Okay. So both players are currently safe. This scout ship early from Vudai to secure the seat. He knows that his opponent is walled. He has the information here. He'll know if this wall gets deleted. And now the seat control happens. The early aggression for both players didn't really work out. Now, Vudai did see that slinger kill his... Well, he should have seen that slinger kill his Axer. I'm assuming he noticed it and paid attention. So he knows this tech switch is coming into slingers. Is he going to be matching with his own slingers? Or is he going to try to hold the C? Like, a group of 8 slingers with, like, a few scout ships from yellow can really help shut down the river. Like, it's hard for scout ships to fight a mass of slingers. But at this point, the slingers are going to struggle because they don't have enough numbers. And there's no pressure on the river for the scout ships to be positioned kind of poorly from Red's part. So right now he can just dance against the range, get them up into awkward choke points. He's breaking this wall, but does he want that? The score lead, it's probably artifacts, honestly. Artifacts, scouting, the Vill high, like look at, he's got everything, most tech, except for largest army. It doesn't, I don't pay too much attention to the score here. Now, looks like Yellow was able to make it across. He deleted his own wall, and now he's in. But Vudai should have... See, that's the beauty. Oh, that is really awkward. That must be some sort of glitch. Maybe... Oh, maybe I'm on his team or something, technically. I don't know. Whatever. Shouldn't matter, right? Why is he... Yeah, it looks like he's getting average between me and him. I was random, technically. I think that's just a DE glitch. Let's... That is very strange, but that is just how it is, I guess. So that's the power. Let's get back to the game though. That's the power of this duck block style. He was able to get these slingers across the map because he duck blocked on his opponent's side and he just deleted it. Sending these villas out to get this gazelle. This is a really tense match though. These slingers are gonna push out and they're gonna get to this house wall, and that might be a problem for him. These two villagers are about to get caught out, and I think Thantuk's gonna notice. As I say, okay, he stopped. Oh no, he noticed. He sees him. That's two vills down. Now, Vudai still has the crossing, the strict control with the ships. But like I said, once the slingers get massed enough, he's gonna be fine. Setting out over... Okay, so instead of doing these gazelle, he's gone to this bear patch. That's fine too. Okay, so Thantuk's already farming. Thantuk looking extremely strong in this game. But the Vilhai is still going to Vudai. But the slinger count really is in favor of Thantuk. Now this house wall is going to drop. These villagers are under a lot of pressure right now. Some idols. That wall is even open. He's losing these? Oh no. Is that open right there? Okay, yeah, he's open right here. He can just run away to his other wood line. And he just needs to find a way. Vudai just needs to find a way to deal with this aggression. I mean, it's just 5 slingers, honestly. If he's not paying attention and like right-clicks a house or something, like he just right-clicked this house, or he A-clicked, I think, he could bring the villagers over and bone it. Because it's only 6 slingers. It's not too bad. Let's see over here. What's going on? Okay. Thantuk scouting his own land, probably looking for some food income. He's not going to find too much over here. He does have 2 elephants, the berries, and the gazelle. He does have farms, whereas his opponent is working with the fishing boats. Vudai with a strong lead because of those fishing boats. He doesn't need farms yet, so he's able to invest that wood fully into these scout ships, and he's really shut down any dock attempts so far. Thantuk foregoing all attempts on the docks. Will we be seeing a dock? Yeah, I think... Oh, I thought those were going to go forward to build a dock, but very strange. Vudai is walled, and he is boat-walled. I'm going to call it that from now on. And the boat wall will hold off more aggression, but these slingers still just kind of being a nuisance at this point. This many slingers can't really threaten economies, but you know he needs to have axers to deal with them. Looks like Vudai is going to be going for bronze pretty soon, I believe. He stopped making units. I mean, he's making villagers still. Okay, no, he just made another axer. Oof. Timeline in favor of Thantuk, but a lot of those are these slingers, and a lot of them are neutralized by the sea. I think he's going to come pushing across, though, but he's going to get met by this house wall, unless Vudai doesn't pay attention. Vudai does not have the range upgrade. This is a lot of slingers. This is a lot of slingers. This is an issue for Vudai. Vudai may have gotten a little greedy and decided not to keep making military units, but this is a problem for him. These slingers are just going to... There's a Vil strapped in there. These slingers are going to demolish this wall. Shang, the extra wall HP, will not... That's not going to be enough. That's not going to be enough. 350 health is gone. He needs to find an answer to this slinger mess, and he does not have it at his home base. He's got nothing. He has no military. He's 5 axers. And he still hasn't dealt with these, and they're just killing houses. Being an absolute nuisance. Thantuk is microing them like a god. He's playing so well, out of his mind. Oh no. Losing another ship to these slingers. Vudai underestimating the power of slingers. Slingers are still extremely strong in this game, especially when masked. Even with their most recent nerf of +4 train time on the current patch. It's not enough. It's not enough. Slingers are still dominant, especially in this setting where Thantuk is just making safe at home. He's farming. He doesn't have any fishing boats, but he still somehow has a much larger army. And Vudai's just on the run. What can Vudai do against this? His axers are grouping up. Maybe he's trying to get a nice axer count. Maybe he clicked bronze. Maybe he clicked bronze. He doesn't have a range though. He couldn't have clicked bronze. All the vills are dying. Oh my gosh, and that's going to be a huge advantage to Thantuk. Check the timeline. Yeah, that's a swing right there. 30 vills to 15. The economy of Vudai, I mean, he just lost like 6 of those villagers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 vills. So if that was his highest, he's now at 27 vills. And all of his economy is just on the run. And he's running the axes with it. He can't fight. Maybe he's trying to get us around. It looks like he's going for a round. The slingers have potentially trapped themselves behind this wall, this forest wall. Another army of slingers coming across. Vudai needs an answer to this. Vudai needs an answer. This is it. This is part of the answer, is catching off lone slingers. Axers in 1v1 will destroy the slinger. It's just when slingers get that critical mass, being able to like two-shot an axer, that even this clump of axers, I don't know if this is going to be enough. Unless, oh, Thantuk right-clicked. Okay, this is really good for Vudai. He was able to close the gap. Thantuk did not attack. He didn't attack ground. He right-clicked. He's sacking 2 to save 4 more. Trying to split the forces. He's going to meet up with 7 here. Oh, and he's doing it again! No, Thantuk! You had so much! Thantuk, you had everything going for you. And then you did this. You right-clicked into the Slinger army. Into the extra army. This isn't over yet. This is not over. Timeline. Look at that timeline swing. It's coming back. The Slingers have lost the numbers. The Axers haven't really taken any damage. He has so many Axers now. He's had the time out of 1, 2. He built the second barracks here. He's been pumping, and he's microing against these Slingers very effectively. Thantuk split his numbers. He split up the Slingers, and by doing so, he lost the critical advantage against Axers, which is in numbers, they win. See, this is what he's been needing to do as Thantuk. Catching those lone Axers, just not... Check the bill count. Mora, you want it again? I mean, it's at the high. We saw Vudai go down to 39. Thantuk is catching up. Slinger's coming across. Oh no. So this is the kind of engagement that Thantuk needs to take with these slingers, and it looks like he's going to be getting it. The Axers are wrapping around, trying to get us around on these slingers. Did something happen on the sea that I missed? What's this migration? He ran out of fish. Okay. The battle in the middle. Oh, Thantuk. Ooh, the missed micro here. This is messy for Thantuk now, and it looks, yeah. Vudai's cleaning this up. This huge investment in time and resources. Gold. Stable. Bronze. Thantuk's going bronze. I think he's going to be clicking bronze. I was going to say, yeah, he's going bronze, and he has a stable out. He's going to be making cavalry to fight these Axers, and that will be disastrous for Vudai. I don't think Vudai has a way to go bronze yet. He doesn't even have a market. I think this game is okay. I think the timeline has settled. But with 32 undisturbed villagers, Thantuk has managed to click bronze. He's mining the gold, he's got the scout, he's got the upgrades on the scout, and if you are not too familiar... Oh, sorry, here's the minimap real quick. The current patch of Age of Empires, checking the counts again, has a buff for cavalry for +1 pierce armor. So I think that we're going to be seeing cavalry from Thantuk. He's got the upgrades, and that's... If he gets cavalry... Okay, so it looks like Vudai's about to click bronze, but he's going to be way too late here. He's just going to be too late. Right? I mean, look how strong Thantuk's economy is here, and he's getting a... Okay, an archer range. I thought he was building a third stable. That's a bit of commit. Cavalry are really strong in this moment, right now. This is when cavalry are going to win you the game. He needs to get like 5 of them across the river. but Vudai has walled again, and he still has control of the sea. Now it's curious. Vudai has made safe now. There aren't enough slingers to really do anything. He's got 2 cav out, but like, what's he gonna do? these slingers being an absolute nuisance along the coast. He tried to get a dock up. Uh-oh. These slingers not trading effectively against these scout ships. Are we gonna see? Oh, what is this? Whoa, 5 Xers. Okay, no villagers, just 5 Xers, and they're just gonna get absolutely mopped up if they run into these cav. I don't think he realizes. I don't think he scouted much of Thantuk land. Thantuk is nearly walled, even though he's been on the aggressive. Thantuk has played his map extremely well. He sees these Axers coming across, and he's gonna know. He's gonna know that means there's a transport on the sea somewhere. But he's walled. He doesn't care if units come from this angle. That's so many cavalry. Alright, that's a lot of cav. He needs to find a way to get them across the map. Because, what is Vudai going for here? Vudai's going to be hitting bronze soon, I believe. He's had a lot of access to this food. And here's a dock again from Thantuk. He's trying a lot to get these docks across. But I don't think he's going to. Economies. Now Thantuk has taken the economy lead. And timeline's looking pretty rough for Vudai until he hits bronze. Yeah, these cavalry are just going to wipe him up. So these slingers are going to apply pressure to this wall. Well, the dock was there to prevent in Vudai's bronze here. The dock was a distraction. The scout ships went to deal with the dock. And now this aggression might... Is he going to get in? Vudai's not responding. And there's the GG from Vudai. What a crazy game. That was an intense game for the first one. At first, it seemed really clear that Thantuk had a crazy high lead, like a crazy big lead with all those slingers. But then Vudai kind of brought back. He cleaned up his land, but at what cost? His economy was on the run for too long. He didn't have axers out at the start to deal with that aggression and to handle that attack. Thantuk just outproduced Vudai. And I wonder why that is. It could have been the scout ships, because Vudai did lose quite a few scout ships on the river during the course of that. So the first game of this set goes to Thantuk. Let me set up another one. Here's the schedule again, and let's check the bracket real quick while I do some back-end stuff to get this game up. Here you go. Just need to do some things. Excuse me. Ba-da-ba. What a game. That was a good game. I will host again. Yes, just give me 1 second while we get the players back in the lobby and we get this game underway. That was a back and forth game. You know, the timeline on that, insane. Thantuk playing out of his mind. So if you're tuning in, this is a best of 3. And we're going right back into game number 2. And wow, okay, so maybe we got another double crossing map. Here's the main map for you guys real quick. Just take a look at that. You can see where the gazelle patches are. Like if you're looking around this, you can see the gold counts, the patches where they are. I think if you guys don't like seeing this big mini map every now and then, let me know. But I'm a big fan of this. I think it's a really effective tool for showing, just you guys can get a broad picture of what's going on before the game like even really starts. And it's less reliant on me pointing everything out right away. So we have the 2 crossings right here, here. Oh man. I'm still just, that game was crazy good. Okay, so Vudai going for Berry start. Thantuk going for Berry start. Both players doing 5 on Berry, which is standard for Shang. You can try to get away with 4 if it's a perfect setup. Alright, and this time, if you notice, the score for Vudai isn't all wonky. So I think that was just some sort of bug. It didn't seem to affect the game, though. Oh, man. So Thantuk spawning up here at the top of the map at 12, and Vudai at 6. Thantuk finding his first crossing. Again, a double crossing map is kind of an oddity. It's not what you expect, but at this point, we've seen it in 3 starts. So, I don't know. Maybe it's less odd than I thought it was, but it is. I mean, I loaded into this map, not this map, this map type 60 times, and I did some stats on them, and I got 2 maps with 2 rivers. Or 2 crossings, rather. I only got that twice, and we noticed Vudai found his crossing here. I feel like that's the most important part. Both of these players are going to have really strong early economies. We'll see if Thantuk can find these gazelle. He does need to push those. His food is actually pretty lacking. He's going to have to come across these gazelle, or elephants, rather. And he does need access to... He will need to pit this, I believe, for a strong tool war. As his other food sources are pretty far out and spread. Whereas Vudai has access to another barrier, like right there. His elephants are actually within range for his town center. There's alliance. He's got another bear here, but ooh, Thantuk already across the map. Maybe doing something shifty again. Or attempting something shifty. Last game, both players played defensively. Yes, in 60 starts, I got 2 of them with 2 crossings. In my research, I mean, but there are what, like thousands of things, so maybe it's just inaccurate, like data sample size. That's just, I guess that's what it is. But I think it is rare. I really didn't see this much. But let's look at this. Vudai actually just noticed his map sucks. Vudai's map. Look at where his wood is. Look at where he has to put this pit. It's right along the coast here. He has nowhere safe. He's going to have to play really aggressive. He can pull these elephants back. The one boon to his map is that his food is easy to spot and easy to find, and he'll be fine with it. Now, yeah, I think Thantuk found... He's hiding this ville here, by the way. If you can't see that in the game, look at the minimap. You see the little yellow dot we're looking at? We're centered on it? That is him. That is that villager. He's hiding it. Being crafty. I think that's going to be an aggressive villager. I think that's going to drop some barracks. Or maybe... So Thantuk plays on DE, and with the recent scout buff, what if he goes and does a... What if he drops a forward stable? I kind of want to see a forward stable. I want to see scouts come out in one of these games. Okay, so Vudai is coming across. Is he about to scout the second crossing as well? I don't know. I wasn't paying full attention, I'm not going to lie. So I don't know who's found what crossing. But we know that Thantuk has this one, and we know that Vudai has this one. I think Thantuk knows about this one. He might. His villager was like here, right? So maybe he didn't. Uh-oh. Maybe this is a mistake. This might be a mistake. He might be trying to dock block because he believes this is the only crossing. Whereas, like, with this forward ville, he's probably trying to drop some barracks, yes. I guess that's more standard. It's better, it's faster. Who wants scouts anyway? These villas are fine. Sorry, I'm laughing at that joke a bit. So both players proxy barracks on their opponent. Economies, 2020. We saw that last game. They're both going to hit Tool about the same time. Vudai has a distinct advantage in that he'll have more wood to work with, I believe. Or more food to work with if he didn't invest all that in something, because Thantuk has needed more pits and stuff, and he also put this dock pretty early. So we're seeing another barracks from Vudai. He's spread his barracks out. I guess now going for control of this crossing. Is Vudai about to discover that there's another crossing? Man, okay, so something for me to note is I need to pay attention to what players discover what crossings. I need to like really focus on that because I think that's really important. There are two crossings. Get a little of a bone war here. This is interesting. But this will Vudai has now scouted the dock there, dropping his own dock. This is a funny fight. This is really aggressive Vudai. I don't think he wants to let Thantuk go into slingers this game. Both players are cool. Check timeline real quick. Thantuk is building villagers. Oh man. Axe's coming out. Both upgrades. Thantuk hiding villagers. Oh, it's not gonna work. It worked. Okay. Thantuk trying to hide villagers across the map. It can be a good idea to do so. It's a double cross. No one expects it. Right, like Vudai's never gonna check this. Well, he won't check this for a while. This area, and he's gonna drop a pit or something. Oh, he found the berries, right? He's taking the berries. That's smart. Fully upgraded axers and fully upgraded axe. Did he find anything here? These gazelle boys were forced to retreat. No, don't go back. Don't go back with the choppas. Right into the arms of the axers, and that's going to be absolutely devastating for Thantuk. We'll check back in on that in a sec. We have archery range to take out this wood line. Oh my gosh. Players trying to... Oh my gosh. Did he really just do that? Thantuk with the quick walls, with the house wall from last game, playing out of his mind, getting this wall and crossing off. He needs to not chop through this, though. Oh! The timing was perfect. It was pristine. He needs to not chop through this, though. He needs to really watch that. I would maybe even build the house now. So let's see the aggression here. I think we're going to see a bowman come out and harass this wood line. These villagers also, we're getting a bit of the old switcheroo, as I like to call it, where you just run your vills to your barracks because your barracks provide protection. Like, this is the safest spot for Thantuk right now because his axers coming out of there. At least for as long as there is... As long as he has food. He really needs to watch this. This tree has 5 wood in it left. He needs to repair that. He'll get to that in a sec. There's no rush on that. Axes are quite slow. Oh, and Vudai's first scout ship. A huge investment in wood. Immediately lost. These bowmen, where are they going? What journey is this? Where's he taking this? Is he gonna try to find these villas? Does he think? What does he think? Oh, he sees this guy, I guess. No, he didn't. He couldn't have seen that. The bowman now harassing the wood line. That'll be a bit of an issue for him. Oh, he needs to stop these slingers. He's got to repair this as much as possible, then just hide the vills and wait for the army to come. The army's on the way. Just don't lose any of these vills, because the threat is mostly cleared once that army makes it. This wood line, under duress from these bowmen. I love the bowman switch here. Knowing that his opponent was going axers, because he went axers last game. In this game, he showed the axers with the upgrades. It's unlikely either player is going to be able to get a market up this game. I think this is going to be a rather quick match. It's very aggressive. This is the two crossing effect, I really think. Like, both players went across different crossings to build forwards on their base. And I don't think Thantuk knew about this for a while until he found it relatively recently. Yeah, and he's okay here. He'll wipe this up, I believe. I think. Unless, no, he attacked the bowman. No, he needed to get the axer in range. Oh. He had to get the axers on the slingers. Ooh, this fight's messy for Thantuk. I think Vudai's warmed up. He's not mismicroing this fight at all. He's dancing around with the slingers, giving Thantuk quite an issue here. But this attack at home. So the difference is Thantuk's defending at home. While unsuccessful, he was able to defend while also attacking. And Vudai doesn't have any sort of defense. He's just kind of hiding this wall. And a lot of his vills in here are damaged from the bowman harass. You know, that's important, right? Like 13 health on a vill means that vill's gonna die pretty quickly. To an Axer, to more bowmen, to any bronze units. But I don't think we're gonna be seeing a bronze this game. I think this is gonna be ending pretty soon. Thantuk needs to have an answer to this. The slingers are just gonna pepper. Yeah, like this is he needs to save these vills or the game's lost for him. That's half of his economy. His berries were found. Oh, that's rough. He's building a storage pit here to get, I guess, 4 fish. That makes sense. But Vudai's gonna notice this immediately with his forward storage pit bills, and he's gonna wall. He saw this. He saw this. He's moving the boats. He saw it. Oh man, that's an F. That's an F. F for respects. That's gonna be rough for him. Thantuk's feeling the pain here. I don't know if this little army is gonna be enough. All of his pressuring Vil axes are gone. Vudai's economy is actually really small. Let's check time real quick. Yeah, we're not going above any of the Vil highs. Yeah, Vudai's taking a strong lead at this point. He does have, once again, Vudai taking the sea, or at least taking control of the sea enough to have these fishing boats out. Thantuk's fishing boat is idle. Oof. He has an army. See, every time he brings the vills to repair, one of them dies. Oh, and there goes another one. How damaged are these? Wow, it's gonna be tough for him. I keep saying that, but it's gonna be tough for him because it will be tough for him. He gets the first hit on this scout ship. Oh, okay, that scout ship was right-clicked. That's a mistake from Vudai. And that's going to be a lost scout ship unless he's able to repair it. I don't know, but this... Okay, so these axes are actually going to get a lot of damage here. They're going to get in, and he's forced to run. Spends his last moments with these villas repairing the scout ship, but it's still not enough repair value. That scout ship's still going to lose the battle against this scout ship. Thantuk able to make back 2 villagers to here, whereas the secondary for Vudai is still going strong. Vudai actually has a really weak economy. I mean, like this is basically it, you know, in the fish on sea. That's all he's working with at this point. And that collapsed. Did he escape? He ran out the side. Okay, he ran out the side, and the three on the run. He's running towards his axes. He's killing another villager, and he's gonna kill the scout ship with these axes. These axes are getting huge value right now. Thantuk needs to repair this ship. This fight is really micro-intense. And it will go down. Damn. And there's the GG from Thantuk. Good game. So we're going to 3. We're going to 3. This was a best of 3. So we're going to game 3. Thantuk able to lose, apparently. That was a weird way to phrase that. Vudai able to take the victory back on that one. Not giving up the best of 3, not giving up the set, fighting his way through. He looked really strong that game. His micro on the slingers was like pristine. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles, right? 1-1. Just the bracket again. Hold on. So if you're just tuning in now, this is the schedule for this tournament right here. So we're after this game, we're going to be taking a break for a bit, roughly in 10 hours, I think, 9.5 hours at this point. We're going to see another set of 3 games. And those are going to be pretty intense matches, I believe. Well, some of those are the... Actually, yeah, those won't be the closest matches. Dorland versus Memo could be really good. I'm not sure who Jack is. He signed up for the tournament, though. So he's kind of a wild card in my book. See how that goes. And it looks like we're about to jump right into game number 3 of this best of 3. Already, this setting is proving, to me at least, valuable to see in a tournament. Okay, alright. I guess the game just hates me and my stats. Maybe I lied. Maybe having two crossings is really common. You know, maybe it's the most common thing. I've only seen like 70 maps, so I guess it's not enough to know. It's not enough. We have a crossing here and a crossing here. That's... Way to prove me wrong. Immediately prove me wrong. I hope that this is an outlier and that every other best of three... I hope this is all of them. 50-50? Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. Or this is just the oddity. I mean, randomness is never guaranteed in any regard. Anyway, Vudai as yellow and Thantuk as red. They keep switching colors. As I said, as if it's a bad thing, but like, I don't know. For me, it's just like a little distracting, you know. Anyway, sorry. Back to the game. Not much going on at the start. The granary start for both players. Actually, not the granary start. Thantuk going for a pit start on really rough terms. This is going to be tough to lure in, especially with these villagers already here gathering like that. Oh, get it, get it, get it. Okay, he'll get it, he'll get it. Okay, that's fine. He needs to be getting these in closer. With Shang, it's okay, because you can get like 4. I guess if he gets a 5th on the hunt here, he'll be okay. He might need to put another villager on this berry and walk it at the start to make that work. Meanwhile, Vudai going for a much more standard opening. We'll scatter his gazelle a bit, but that's going to be fine. That's in push range. That's in push range. He has 2 elephants in pull range. 2 elephants for Thantuk as well, and that's, I guess, not really in push range. Oh, 4 elephants for Thantuk. Thantuk with a really strong map here. But I'm going to make sure that we're gonna try to pay super close attention to the crossings and see who funds what. It's really important that we note that, because I think Thantuk's strategy last game failed because he didn't know there was a second crossing. So I think it's really important that I guess that's just part of the set, is finding these crossings. It's probably the most important thing you can scout in the early game, other than like food and like a wood line to use. But that's like really basic. That's not particular to this series. Vudai looks like he's going for a little house wall here. Maybe pushing his gazelle over. Yeah, that's going to be a really strong pit if he can pull this off cleanly. If he can get it in a good spot, I guess right here. I guess if he doesn't know about this, yeah, right here is really good because it gives you access to these. He's going to scout these too, and they can't run anywhere, so those gazelle are his, really. Like, they can't, like, run super far. Again, not too much to talk about in the early game. Both of these players are accomplished, so they will be managing their economies pretty effectively. I would say that this is a rough start, though. I'm hesitant to say if it was effective or not. Let's check the vill counts. Yeah, I don't think that was super effective. He's down 2 vills. He shouldn't be at this stage. I think, especially with this map, I think the berries is just a way more consistent start. Especially with these berries. If these berries weren't here, he could have lured the gazelle properly. But that just made it kind of messy. I hope that's not like a determiner for the game, right? You don't want to see games being lost because of that kind of error. Now, Vudai's map, this storage pit looks so good. Like, you want that. That's what you want to see. That's just so good. Yes. I think we're going to see a really strong tool time from him. He has these 2 elephants to lure if he does find him. He's scouted this crossing, and Thantuk scouted this one, although the vill will die. Will he try the house trick again? He was able to get rid of... he was able to get the house trick to work last time. Wait, is both 20. So that's pretty... This seems standard for these 2 players. This is the 3rd game in a row where they've just gone 20 vills. Let's see if anyone builds any... Actually, Vudai might have the food to build another. That'll be important to note. That what extra villager can make a difference, although... Thantuk did lose this one here, and it looks like this. Okay, so the vill loss is not evened out by the lion. I thought it was going to get another hidden. I guess not. Man, this villager though for Vudai is in a great position. If he finds anything. He just needs to scout this house. He's going to plop a barracks, I think. If it ain't broke, I'll fix it. Here's the barracks on the hill. Hills are good. Hills are good. The positioning isn't great, I'll be honest. It's central, I guess. That's like a central hill. But it doesn't cover any of the resources for red. It doesn't really cover the crossings. It's just the hills are good, so I guess it's fine. He's also going to be kind of late if he didn't. So I don't know if he found this house or these berries, maybe. Or if he's going to have to kind of wander around with the axers at the start of the round. Because if he has to wander, this rush might not be so good. Thantuk going up to 21, so that's actually 22 because he lost the Ville. Maybe getting a little greedy here. He does have the elephants to work with, though. But this aggression from Vudai is already in. He's already tool. Oh, man. If Vudai can get these clubbers moving across the map. Wow, he's really lucky that wasn't a hurt Ville. He lost that Ville. Okay, we see a house wall coming in from Thantuk. He might actually be able to stay safe. He has a clubber scouting for the barracks. He knows that his opponent's tool. Yeah, and this is what I was afraid of. For Vudai, he didn't actually scout this house, or this house it was, or the granary. He had a villager here. He was unable to find these two buildings. So this is what he's doing with his axemen. If you look at the minimap, you can just see them at the top, kind of just walking around, finding stuff, but nothing red. Not finding anything red yet. And he's housewalled here, but axers with no +2 will be able to take through that with time. Will be able to smack their way through that. Okay, so he finds the house wall. He knows where it is. And the slingers are in, but they're not walled into anything. This is 2 slingers at this period of time. This is going to be rough. Interesting, though, Vudai did go the armor and not the attack. So the slingers are going to be kind of better here. The axeman armor does not affect the damage from slingers, so Stonewall coming up behind the houses. He's really got to watch these woods now. These 3 trees. If he chops through, that could be brutal for him. Now Vudai's on the clock. He's got to get in. He's got to do damage, and he's got to get Ville kills, and he's got to pull the slinger count as quickly as possible. He needs to keep the slinger numbers down. He learned last game what happens when Thantuk messes slingers. He will not win this game if he does not either A, transition to something better, more effective against slingers, or B, still no market though. Oh, he does have a market, but no attack upgrade yet. Maybe a little preemptive, but here it comes now. The timing is good. He's on the hill. He's microing properly this time. 1 slinger falls. There are 2 more slingers in the back. Or not 2 more. Yeah, 4 more slingers in the back. And 4 axers on the front. The numbers for the slingers are actually pretty good here. He has a pretty nice choke point. The axers went in 1 by 1. And this will be bad for Vudai here. Vudai's going to kind of feel this. He's going to need to do something different. At this point of the game, Thantuk has the resources available to build a lot of slingers. And that's just going to be extremely difficult for Vudai to deal with these axers, and he's still running axers in 1 at a time. And Thantuk is paying attention. Thantuk isn't letting these axers, pick off a stray Ville. And he's paying attention again, and 2 more axers go down. Yeah, you kill 1 slinger, but you need... Oof, this is going to get really rough for Vudai. He's going to have to tech switch. Or really amp up the production. He has 3 barracks to 2. And, I mean, I guess with the slinger nerf, maybe that's what he's thinking, but I don't know what he's going to do here. Oh, and he invested in a granary there? Ooh, Vudai's going to feel the pain here. Vudai is going to feel that. Oh, in a stable from Thantuk, we're seeing scouts. He's just going to run scouts across the map. Vudai is walled. At least in his wood line. But this scout is going to find things. The scout is going to find info. Get the intel. Okay, so how did this axer get in? Did he just walk in? He walked in. This could be a problem. Also, this granary. Still getting wailed on. He really needs to watch these. Looks like he has been. Not too much wood has been chopped from him, but, I mean, 2 at a time. Still a problem. Thantuk getting the info. I think this is going to be a problem. I think Vudai's in trouble. The timeline swinging in Thantuk's favor. The slingers getting into that critical mass point. Shutting down one of the barracks. Not the production though. That actually did make it out. The slinger, or the scout rather, sorry, is finding stuff. Another scout. Are we going to see the +2 damage upgrade from Thantuk? He already got the scout armor. Ooh, chopping through. The Axers now have access. Oh, he broke the wall and he's going to go wall outside. Very smart. Good play. He's paying attention. Thantuk is on top of this match right now. And the Slinger Mass is going to come across. And unlike times before where Vudai had sea control, Vudai has completely invested purely in fishing boats. So his economy is a little fragile right now. He's got the wood income and the food income. Wood income from this wood line. And the food... That's kind of silly. Wood income from this wood line and the food income from the sea. But okay, this is a lot of actions actually. This could be a problem, but this is also an issue for Vudai. He sees it. What do you do against this? And as soon as that wall goes down, the scouts are running in first. Buying a little bit of time, but this attack on the front, he gets in. But the choke point is just too real. 3 Axers against 6 Slingers. Let's see if that works out in anyone's favor. See, I was able to get that wall off. And the Axers are all going to die against Micro. Or against themselves. I guess they just didn't run. What's he doing? Building a house there, I guess, from our intel. Now this is something... Uh-oh. Somebody's going to delete this and try to run out the back, thinking that's open. He needs a solution here. Vudai does. Oh man, 32 to 27. Oh, the timeline. This is looking a lot like Game 1, in which basically a very similar thing played out, but this time Vudai doesn't have any defenses. He has no wall. He has no scout ships blocking. And so these slingers just free range. Oh my god. That's the game. That's the game right there. That was swift. That was brutal. Whew. And Thantuk takes the set. Livu loses. That's Vudai is also known as Livu. Sorry, if I said Li during that, that's just because it's habit. But we'll work with that. Let me update the scoreboard real quick, although it doesn't really matter. Is this the right one? Yeah. Wow.